Well, I'm not in my usual location today. Today I'm away on assignment. And in this video, we are going to be continuing our exploration of Norway. We're going to be having a look at Oslo and then maybe going a bit further afield.
Right, well, here is this sailing ship, Christian Radich.
So after the ferry ride that we described in the previous video, we continued on a walk around the coast, ending up at the Opera House just outside the train station.
So you've got Oslo station up ahead, over there, and then we turn right, and then we have the Oslo Opera House here. The one thing I will say about going up to the top of the opera building is that the view is absolutely magnificent. It's a gorgeous view of downtown Oslo. So this is the National Theatre, and we are going to be going to the railway station on the other side called the National Theatre. And then we're heading off to the ski jump, the Ski Museum. That's our first port of call for today.
National Theatre is an excellent place with which you can find many different hotels. It's a very convenient location and a very nice location as well.
So we're taking line number 1 according to Google Maps. That takes us down to the end station, Frognerseteren, from where we go to Holmenkollen. So we'll go in here. Now I've got the app for buying 24-hour ticket, but Rachel doesn't want to pay roaming fees on her phone, so I think we'll just buy it. Buy it in here, I think. Yeah, buy the tickets here, I think. Okay, this is our train. This is number 1. They're not very good, these trains. They don't tell you what the route numbers are. There's no illustration except on one carriage what the route number is. Okay, let's go in here. There's quite a lot of these very small stations. It stops quite frequently. It's faster than a tram in my opinion, and it winds its way up to the last station stop. So we'll see a bit more of a view as we get higher up. And see a little bit more of a view as we climb up higher. Here we are. So it's quite a modern station, but it continues on. This isn't the end station. I just want to see how this thing actually is powered. It's electric, all right. It's electric. I'm just wondering if it's getting... I just wonder where it gets its electricity from. It's curious. We'll go to the Ski Museum here. Just follow this along. And we have the famous ski jump right behind us. It's quite a huff puff to get from the station to here, but here we are. That's a long way up to the top. So ski museum this way, probably not through the tunnel. I have to say the structure looks quite modern. I don't know when this ski jump was made. I was under the impression it was from the 60s, but this concrete looks a lot fresher than the 60s. Steep ground. It's quite some way down there. So this is the ski museum. You just go further up. So open from 10 o'clock in the morning.
And this Colonel is one of the strongest dogs. He was one of the 3 dogs that later returned to Norway, and he becomes a Wisting's family dog. Oh, he looks lovely.
Okay, so it was a World Championship in 2011. So that's the most recent incarnation of the ski jump in Norway. So I thought it was fairly new looking. So these are the skis of all the winning champions. Just one example here.
So we're heading off to the jump tower. Up this way. All right then, let's get in here.
Subindo as escadas para quem for São Paulo.
And here we are. So there's quite a few houses which are still even higher than where we are. The view of Oslo all the way along here. Well, you can also do a zip line from the top here. 679 Norwegian kroner. So where are they going? That's a good distance. What did you think of the ski jump?
No, it was really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah,
Pretty crowded, but it looked like the queue was getting bigger.
Yeah, but the best thing was the moose.
The moose, yeah, absolutely.
So after our trip to the ski museum, we took the metro back into the middle of town, and then we took a bus. This was bus number 30, and it took us to our museums, the Fram Museum and the Maritime Museum.
So we'll be heading up here, and then we're looking for a bus stop, which will carry us on bus number 30 to the Fram Museum. So this is the Nordisk Film Cinema. Oh, this is bus number 30. So this is the one we are getting on. So let's get on the bus. No, it's already valid, so that's fine. Let's go over here. Fram Museum, pretty much at the other side of the harbour here, so just on the other side we've got the Colour Line cruise ferry, which takes you to Kiel in Germany.
January.
Okay, so let's go inside here, shall we? Very important sign. Let's... Still a very important sign. So, okay, these are steep. I don't normally see steps this steep on board ships these days, but they work. So here we have the Fram and highest floor. We'll just head on deck. I think we can go inside. I think you still need to mind your head here. Definitely much more spacious than the Yoya. And a much bigger engine as well. Familiar mugs. Used to have one of those when camping. And then in the bow of the ship.
He's away now.
All right, Rachel.
There'll be more sea deck.
Yep. So, Fram Museum.
Yeah, it was good.
Good visit. We've got the Maritime Museum next door, and it's just after 3 o'clock. We're a bit museumed out.
We've done 2 museums so far.
We've done
today.
2 museums. We're going to do the Maritime Museum. I know we've got Maritime Museums in many other locations, but every single Maritime Museum is a bit different. Certainly the one in Aberdeen's definitely worth a visit. And I haven't been down to the one down in Horton yet, but we'll take a look at this one as well. Statues of the Amundsen, Roald Amundsen 1911 South Pole exhibition. So here are the team members who made it to the South Pole. Mr. Amundsen, the leader, just depicted here. So here we are in the Maritime Museum in Oslo. Quite a magnificent hallway here. Sydney Olympics competitive yacht racing. So we've got small models of some of the vessels which were built here. This was built in Tyne shipyard builders, the MS Vista Fjord. It was Wallsend-on-Tyne. No, that's in the United Kingdom. So that was in 1973. This cruise liner, 315 meters. When was she built? Bremerhaven, 1980. Large ship, 315 meters long. Rachel here inspecting Royal Caribbean Adventure of the Seas. Delivered 2001, I think it's 315 meters long. Over here we've got some other vessels which look very familiar. Well, this one doesn't. This one's built in 1913, Bergen's Fjord. And then we've got a more modern version built in 2014 for the Bergen's Fjord. And then we've got this kind of ship. I remember sailing with DFDS Seaways on a ship similar to this one. It was called they were called the Prince and Princess of Scandinavia. They sailed the Harwich to Esbjerg route. But this is a different vessel. It's called the Prince Harold. Delivered 1976. So probably from the same shipyard. So that's from Rendsburg in northern Germany. So this is upstairs in the Maritime Museum. Looks like a cutout of a dive support vessel here. Oh, or maybe not. No, that looks like some wild imaginations here. So some interesting discussions about the future of shipping, and by the year 2050 they don't want to have any emissions from Norwegian vessels operating in Norwegian waters. So this is a model of one of the latest innovations. It's called the Vigeland. It's autonomous and completely electric. So this carries containers from one port to another. It's a short distance, but you can see here what the future of shipping looks like. Uncrewed. That'll be an interesting concept going forwards. There's another building to the Maritime Museum, and this is the boat hall. Definitely worth a look. Are you all boated out?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, very boated out, but we've got one more to go, haven't we?
Yes, the ferry.
The ferry. We're going to take the ferry back instead of the bus. Yeah, we do need to rest our weary legs, don't we?
Well, it's stopped.
We haven't stopped all day, have we?
Museums.
Now, one thing I am going to say about the direct ferry back to Aker Brygge was that we thought it was part of the 24-hour pass, but unfortunately it is not. Just before getting on the ferry, we were told that it is a 65 kroner one-way fee to get on the ferry. So unfortunately we decided to take the bus back instead. Took a little bit longer than taking the ferry, but we had already paid for a 24-hour pass, so that was no problem at all. So after dinner time, we decided to take the metro out west, and we were going to go to a particular park called the Vigelandspark. This is a large park with quite a lot of sculptures. It's really quite a nice park indeed. You can get there by both metro, which I just mentioned, and you can also take the bus or the tram from Vigelandsparken to the National Theatre, going all the way back again.
It's a reasonably extensive park.
So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.